Audio.
This presentation will be focusing on the area of international linkages. Internationalization creates opportunities for institutions by increasing accessibility, its international partnerships, improving research impact, and introducing innovative teaching and learning methodologies. This presentation will highlight the vision of the Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology regarding internationalization and globalization. The university has opened its borders to various foreign students and thus forming linkages to other countries, several institutions, and agencies. Education is a continuous phase in all the aspects of growth of every student, and as educators, the Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology wants its students to succeed in their chosen endeavor, thus transforming their lives into productive citizens that can create impact to local and global communities. This is how NEUST is committed to students and to the country in general in the attainment of its common goal, and that is education for all. As an educational institution, the Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology seeks to produce graduates who are holistically developed, well-rounded citizens, and leaders who can uplift human conditions, locally and globally competitive, and thus contribute to the progress of this country and those of the global community. The university, which started as an educational institution in June 7, 1929, and later was converted to Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology through Republic Act 8612, believes that the internationalization policy of Philippine higher education is the key to improving the quality of education and thus producing quality graduates. By pursuing internationalization, NEUST aims to improve the quality of education it can offer to students that would translate into the development of a competitive human resource capital that can adapt to shifting demands in the regional and global environment to support and sustain each country's economic growth. The Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology has established academic linkages and consortia with different agencies and institutions of higher learning in several countries, thus enabling the participation of the graduate school students in academic exchanges abroad to develop their intellectual potential through exposure to different perspectives and wide academic horizons, while enhancing personal maturity by inculcating confidence, adaptability, resilience, and intercultural awareness. It intends to produce highly qualified graduates that can compete in the national, regional, and international labor markets. The academic linkages also provide mobility of the graduate school faculty and researchers as a means to foster personal and professional development that could ultimately contribute to uplifting the quality of education as a whole. Faculty and researcher mobility will be intensified in two areas. First, those that are linked to research and creative works, and second, those that are directed to the building of teacher competencies and standards in the enhancement of and realization of outcomes-based education. Mobility in these two areas will enhance the international sensitivity of the graduate school academic staff, thereby improving the capacity for internationalization. Students and faculty mobility provided through these linkages will also include short-term mobility programs such as cultural immersion programs, leadership camps, conferences, competitions, and joint activities with international professional organizations. The Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology, being locally and internationally relevant and recognized, has turned out to be well known in the academe not only here in the Philippines, but more in particular to other Asian countries. These international undertakings has been made possible through the Office of International and Domestic Institutional Linkages under the directorship of Attorney Eric G. Claudio, the Dean of the Graduate School Dr. Jocelyn B. Cruz, the Vice President for Academic Affairs Office Dr. Rodora R. Hugo, and the Office of the University President Dr. Feliciana P. Jacoba. Here we have interactions between our faculty members from the graduate school and their Chinese students. To welcome and orient them regarding the programs and services rendered by the graduate school, and to get acquainted with faculty and school officials, an orientation program was conducted. Here we have Dr. Marilu P. Pascual, Mr. Chris Ann Fernandez, Dr. Mercedes D. Santos, Mr. Mark Adrian Macaso, amongst other graduate school faculty members who conduct classes with our Chinese MBA graduate school students. These exchanges provide a wider experience for our faculty members. They learn the approaches for effective delivery of lessons despite language barriers, and this can allow for a better understanding of their culture. Internationalization is one of the key agenda of the Philippine higher education. This is also endorsed by the Commission on Higher Education. The Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology's quest for excellence and international presence was even highlighted by its academic activities by inviting local and international speakers with industry experiences in educating and orienting students about the business sector they can excel in given their educational background and experience. This further includes matters as regard their professional advancement, like honing their skills on the teachings they gained from studying from a universally renowned educational institution. Here we have an example of an international webinar conducted by the Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology, its training department, graduate school, and the College of Management and Business Technology in partnership with Institute Asia in Indonesia, Universitas Fahar in Indonesia, and Polytechnic Sultan Azlan Shah in Malaysia. These webinars were indeed multidimensional. Academicians, practitioners, and students of business administration, entrepreneurship, and hospitality and tourism management were encouraged to join. The Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology also received an award from the Commission on Higher Education in recognition for its meritorious services and its contribution to the effective implementation of a thematic undertaking called Pajak Goes Internationalization through the ASEAN project of the Commission on Higher Education Region 3 and in consonance to promoting the internationalization of higher education in Central Luzon. The Commission on Higher Education Regional Office 3 invited administrators, focal persons for internationalization, faculty members and students of all public and private HEIs in Region 3 in the extended celebration of the ASEAN during the regional conference on Pajak Goes Internationalization through ASEAN. Presented on the screen is the Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology's Capacity Building Plan for Internationalization presented by Attorney Eric G. Claudio. The project aimed to set an internationalization strategies as well as a benchmarking mechanism for assessing the efficacy of internationalization endeavors. Shown on the screen is the budget allocation for students' mobility and internationalization. Indeed, the Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology has been continuously supporting and intensifying its international connection and linkages with other Asian countries in the field of education as well as in the area of research.
Hello, my name is Xiao. I'm a student of China. My Chinese name is Zhang Jia. From February to March 2020, my classmates and I studied in NEUST, where the teachers are very friendly and knowledgeable.
Hello, I'm Amy. I come from China. I've been studying in NEUST since January 2020. Last year, my classmates and I have a very pleasant time at the campus of NEUST. Because of the epidemic, we have to take classes online now.
Hello, I'm Angela. I came from China. I started my experience with NEUST since 2019. It's really a wonderful time for me when we could still visit the campus and the Philippines.
Hello everyone, I'm Lorena and I'm a Chinese. I started studying in NEUST since February 2020.
Hello everyone, my name is Liao Rongjun and I'm a doctorate student from Huangshan, China. In February 2020, I went to the Philippines from China to study at the NEUST.
Hello, this is Tina speaking. I'm from China and from a Chinese educational company. My working responsibilities including to inform the students policy of the Philippine schools to help them get enrolled. The main role and the main goal of the cooperation program was to establish the friendship between the Philippines and China.
Good day to all. This is Alex Lee, Chairman of Elite Asia Group, based in Hong Kong. I'm happy to greet every one of you today. I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to NEUST for the good years of our partnership.
Three Colors International Education Institute is established in 2012.
Three Colors International Education Institute help Chinese students to apply and study in the NEUST. Last year, we went there for face-to-face classes. During the time of a pandemic, we have online classes. Hope we can go back to the Philippines soon. We love the NEUST. It's a very good university.
I'm glad studying NEUST. I love my university.
Glad to study in NEUST.
To study in NEUST.
I'm glad to study in Nueva Ecija University of Science and Technology.
I love our university.
Greetings from Dadi Group in China. Nice to meet you all. Thank you for having us today. This is the project director Andrew Wang, who is responsible for the whole program arrangement. Firstly, please allow me to represent our group to express our impressions on the international program in NEUST. It is our great honor to be the first Chinese partner with NEUST since 2017, and we have sent more than 100 students until now undergraduate school. We would like to express our deepest gratitude to NEUST President Dr. Facilia Jacob and to all NEUST officials and faculties for your great support in our program.
非常感谢新安西安科技大学对我单位及合作院校的大力支持和帮助。我在此诚挚邀请贵校领导及相关工作人员在疫情结束后能来中国对我单位及合作院校进行考察和访问。我们希望能跟新爱西哈科技大学在教育领域及本硕博合作项目上能取得更多更广泛的交流与合作，为中国的教育事业及中国的广大学生能提供更多的支持、辅助和帮助，为中非的教育事业做出更多的贡献。谢谢。